Hey everyone, Haas from Off Kilter. I just got done at my in-laws cutting up all that steel that I told you about last video. I'm hoping I can get the chicken coop finished this weekend. So that's the goal. I won't get to work on it tomorrow because we're gonna take Owen and we're gonna go to an art museum. We're gonna go to BD's, which I guess is a chain, I found out. And so if you have a BD's Mongolian grill somewhere, especially if you're on carnivore, go. Great food, all kinds of options. And for what you can eat, it's fairly cheap. I mean, it's not cheap like McDonald's cheap, but it's definitely not a Texas de Brazil. So we're gonna do that. And then Sunday I may try to finish the chicken coop. I did score some cattle panel. It's cut up smaller, but that I had forgot that was over there. Because I had forgot there was a bunch of steel over there that I left when we moved 2 years ago. So, got all kinds of stuff. But I had some stuff I wanted to talk with you about. It was supposed to be a woods walk, but scheduling just doesn't work out that way, so I'm still gonna call it that because it's the same idea. Just share some with you, open my heart with you a little bit, let you know what's on my mind. So over the past, I'd say 6 years, I've become an increasingly introspective person. I understand that I suck, and I'm doing everything in my power to just be a better person the next day. And part of that is you have to call yourself on your bullcrap. You have to be able to admit what's wrong with you in order to fix what's wrong with you. And one issue that I've struggled with for a lot of years is my knee-jerk reactions, and usually it's never with anger, it's always with panic. I'm very much a Chicken Little type person, and so if something would happen, and recently in the past couple of years it's been the car, if something would happen with the car, I would immediately freak out and go into a panic. I wouldn't necessarily say depressive state, though I could get kind of morose if once I find out what's wrong with the car, it's a lot of money and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna fix it. It's definitely an anxiety with me. I started to see it and work on it at Christmas when we lost a tie rod up in North Carolina when we were driving to Ohio. I had to learn how to change a tie rod on the side of the road. And when I got done, I'm like, hey, that wasn't so bad. I shouldn't have been freaking out the way I was. And I'm not the handiest person. I don't know a whole lot about vehicles. But fixing things, it may take me a long time, or much longer than the average person. But I can get most of it done. I won't touch a transmission, but I'll work on pretty much anything else on a vehicle. It just may take me a while. My biggest issue with working on vehicles is the diagnosis part. I'm so paranoid that I'll diagnose it wrong and end up doing something, hey goats, end up doing something that didn't need to be done and put me out of all kinds of money that I didn't have to spend anyway. So the other night, and I'm really proud of myself over this, and if you follow us on Facebook, I've made a post about it. The other night we were coming back from Awana graduation and stopped and got some gas, and when I got back in the car it wouldn't turn over, and I'm like, crap, how did battery die that fast? And I looked down and I realized, oh no, it never came out of drive. And I started to panic, but I didn't. What did I do? I called my daddy. I called Dad, and you know, I had in my head what I kind of thought was the issue, but again, I'm paranoid about diagnosing. And so he goes, well, maybe it's this. And I said, okay. So that's what I was thinking. Now let me fix it. So I jumped on YouTube, and That's what it was. And so I called him back and I said, all right, I know how to fix it. I got it going. I said, thank you. So I got it fixed, or I got it enough to where I could get home, and I fixed it the next day. And I started thinking, you know what? Had this been even 6 months ago, I would have almost had a meltdown in that parking lot. And I didn't. So I know those of you that know about vehicles are probably laughing at me right now. And that's fine. I don't care. I laugh at myself all the time. I understand I'm ridiculous. But I was able to show growth, and I really like that, because I really struggled and I really worked towards fixing my issues to where I'm a better person, which leads me on to my next topic. When I first started this channel, I had a video that I created on channels to follow, and it was a multi-parter. And on the hobby video, I talked about Chucky 2009, and I loved his videos, and I do. I love his review videos. I love his how-to videos. I've learned a lot about welding from Chucky 2009. It's about a month ago, he put out a video where he was talking about becoming woke, and I listened to it, and I'm like, that sounds kind of off. Kind of sounds racist, but I don't know if he was just talking and not thinking about how he was structuring what he was saying to where it would come off that, because it seemed very vague. And I'm like, I really hope not, because I really like his welding videos and his fabrication videos. So I went by and I'm like, I'm just gonna watch and pay attention. Well, then I saw his buddy make a video addressing a latest video that I hadn't seen come across about Chucky talking about how they're gonna cancel his channel and everything because he's been dropping red pills, which I have no idea what that is. I have an idea, but I didn't know what they were at the time. And so I found that video where somebody had like downloaded it before it got pulled and uploaded it, and it broke my heart. Here's this guy that I saw as being a stand-up guy, a role model for many young guys and girls that they wanted to get into welding. Young kid, graduated high school, went through welding school, moved out of state, started his own business. He was doing very well for himself. Started that YouTube channel. Over 500,000 subscribers. So he's doing really well on YouTube. And I promoted. I told my kids, hey, college may not be for everybody. Trades, you can make a lot of money doing trades. Look at Chucky 2009. I said, he's a welder. He does great stuff. And in this video, he just goes off. And he is throwing out anti-Semitic stuff, which I refuse to support. He called himself a conservative ethno-nationalist, which I had to go look up. I can parse the words and figure it out a little bit, but I wanted to be sure, so I went and looked it up. I was heartbroken. I definitely will not support a racist. So not only is he racist, he's anti-Semitic, and I don't care what his friend is saying. Well, it sounds like that on the video, but if you know him, then you know he's not that way. He deals with all kinds of people. Yeah, he may deal with all kinds of people in his business, but there is some serious stuff coming from this guy, and I just can't support it. Normally, I would just, unsubscribe from the channel, and that'd be it. I wouldn't say anything to y'all or anything like that, but I felt like I had to put this out there on Off Kilter because I promoted Chucky 2009 on the channel, and I've already unsubscribed from him. I'll be looking for the projects that I wanted to do of his from other people so he doesn't get my views. You do what you want, but I'm telling you, from my perspective, I can't support anything like that. And so I no longer, and I know on his perspective, a channel with less than 100 subscribers, who cares what he thinks? And I really don't care that my leaving him is not going to hurt him at all. I'm a very principled type person, and that's why my kids can't figure out where I stand politically, because they'll be like, oh, what do you think about this? And I'll tell them. They're like, well, what do you think about this? And I'll tell them. And they're like, that's not two different opposite ends. I said, I know. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm principled, and I go by my principles. And I'm not trying to turn this into a political thing at all, and I'm going to try to keep that off of here. But it goes against my principles to support somebody like that. And so I'm not going to. So I'm looking for a new welding channel. Let me know your favorites. I'm learning. I'm not very good at all. I'm lucky enough to have family members and friends that are all in the welding world, so I can call them. I just did that with my cousin Jim the other day. I called him and said, hey, they're out of my welding rods. What can I use? And he laughed at me when I offered a 7018. He goes, there's nothing you're going to do that needs that kind of tensile strength. So he had me grab a 6011. He warned me it's going to growl and snarl at me, but I'll be able to lay the bead and do what I have to do. So I get to finish chicken coop. I like to have an array of people on YouTube that if I just have a quick question, I can look them up real quick on YouTube, see what their video says, and move about my day. So let me know your favorite welding channel on YouTube. I'll give them a sub. So I think this video's gone on long enough, this rant, if you will. And I just wanted to put that out there. I wanted to apologize for promoting a channel that has turned into what he's turning it into. It was not that way when I had followed him for years. I never picked up on that at all. It was not anywhere near that way when I made that video a few months ago. I just wanted to let you all know, if you're following him, this is what he's about, and that's why you won't be hearing about Chucky 2009 anymore from Off Kilter. So hopefully I get that chicken coop built this weekend. I'll post that video and give you updates on that, which means we are getting close to chickens. All of us are excited. Me, Hannah, Owen, even Cletus, my father-in-law. I was talking to him because I had all this extra steel, and I'm like, we were talking about how food prices are going to skyrocket with the rain in the heartland and farmers not being able to put crops in, coupled with the tariffs that are going on. And so I'm like, you want me to make you a chicken coop? He goes, I would love one. And I go, I just cut up all this steel. So we'll probably make him one, but we'll do it out of wood and actually make him a real chicken coop, not a fabric cobbled thing like I'm making. I'm excited to get that done. So I'll let y'all go. Remember, be self-sufficient, help everyone you can, inconvenience no one. And y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks. Bye.